Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna do a classic rock reaction. This is Led Zeppelin, man. Led Zeppelin, No Quarter, the studio version. Just a little history, man. When I first started my channel and I did No Quarter, I first actually did the Song Remains the Same version, the live version of No Quarter. And then thereafter, some point after, I checked out the studio version on my own time. Well, I've learned over the last year by many people that was just not the best thing to do. What I should have done was I should have reacted to both versions back to back, preferably, of course, the studio and then thereafter the live version. I've learned this going along the way, but back when I did my Led Zeppelin reaction to No Quarter, it was just kind of like in the first fruits of getting to know Led Zeppelin, so I didn't really have a format as to how I was going to approach listening to him, and I didn't even figure out at that point in time that I was going to be checking out their entire discography. So anyway, here we are, man. And I had the full intention of just passing this one by, but no, there's just so many requests that I actually do reaction to this that I'm like, hey man, if so many of you are asking for it, all right, I've listened to it before, you know this already, but you still insist on having a reaction. All right, man, so let's do this reaction. No Quarter studio version. Led Zeppelin, No Quarter. Let's get it. This is the first Led Zeppelin song that really opened up that rabbit hole dimension for me. Such an iconic riff.
Close the door, put out the light. No, they won't be home tonight. The snow falls hard, and don't you know? The winds of Thor are blowing cold. They're wearing steel that's bright and true. They carry guns that must get through. Nature's a path where no one
great hang time, isn't it? Just taking their time with it. Guitars, keyboards.
Walking side by side with them. Devil mocks their every step. Snow drives back the foot that's slow. The dogs of doom are howling more. Oh. They carry news that must get through. To build a dream for me and you. Oh, this is a path that no one
I'm getting flashes of Lord of the Rings. I hear the dogs of doom are howling more. No quarter. Led Zeppelin. I completely understand why so many of you insisted that I do this reaction. Yes, the live version is excellent. Also, the studio version is excellent. And I can understand why there's a great divide where it comes to many of you saying this version of No Quarter is your favorite, or you might say that the live rendition of it is your favorite. I totally understand both sides of that as well. And I understand why so many of you feel that this is among your favorite Led Zeppelin tracks because it's so unique, it's so different, it's so psychedelic, it's so many different things. Tells a great story, takes you on a trip somewhere, gives you a far and away Odyssey kind of feel and all sorts of different things. If you were to line up 1 million people and have them talk about this song, you would hear 1 million different points of view. And yeah, fantastic song, man. Definitely grows on you over a period of time. What was I going to say about No Quarter? Something specific. I feel that this version, the studio version, is very polished, of course, because it's the studio version. I feel that the live version of it has a little bit more of raw energy to it. Led Zeppelin is a toss-up when it comes to listening to their studio versus their live stuff. One live rendition of a certain song is fantastic, whereas another song in a live setting isn't as good. They're very up and down where it comes to their live repertoire. I'm finding personally, some people love it, some people not so much. Where it comes to this song though, it's great on both sides, and I really, really like that. Also, I feel the same way about The Song Remains the Same. Just, I would say I like it maybe 1% more than the studio version, even though they're both fantastic. It just has that kind of atmospheric, raw feel to it, and that's why I probably would choose, if forced to choose, the live version over the studio version by 1% marginally. All the same, man, this is just a masterful piece of work, and just shows credit to how far-reaching and diverse they were in their repertoire of creativity. Jeez, man. I was saying to you guys as this was playing that this song was the one song that started me really looking deeper into the Led Zeppelin rabbit hole. When my friends first forced me to listen to Since I've Been Loving You, of course it blew my mind, and I thought, wow, these guys cover blues. They're not just this flash group that has 5 or 6 hits that I know of. Looking below that iceberg, man, they really have a mastery of the blues. So that blew my mind. So I was in this fog with Led Zeppelin for a while, and then a lot of you started telling me, listen to No Quarter, listen to No Quarter. It's going to blow your mind again because there's a few more dimensions in this rabbit hole. So I know what you mean. When I listened to No Quarter, again, man, it blew my mind. Finding that I like their, what I call their fantasy, far and away type songs like this, just as much as I like their blues. And I didn't expect it. So there was a lot of surprises along the way with Led Zeppelin. And it took me so far away from my previous assumption. And when I have assumptions, you know, you can't tell me much because, of course, I assume that I know it all. But had I not listened to people and really looked into Led Zeppelin more, I would have missed a hellacious amount of stuff. Now look at me, man. I'm 5 albums in. That's halfway through their catalog, you know. And it's only been a year, and I'm only halfway through their stuff. So quite a journey, holy cow. And who would have ever thought that I would be doing so much Led Zeppelin stuff? I mean, I do one Led Zeppelin reaction every single week, you know. So it's quite an odyssey, quite a journey that I'm on, man. But anyway, I hear your requests. I hear you guys wanting me to do and provide a reaction to this, even though I've listened to it, and I understand why. I'm still holding firm and saying no about the crunch, you know what I'm saying? But all the same, I understand why you would want me to listen and do a reaction to this one. So, man, let's do a quick read. I'll scout down my reading. Quick read on the band, and then a little bit background on the song. And apologize ahead of time, man. Jeez, it's 5:30 in the morning, and my damn neighbors are up, including their kids. So you're gonna hear some banging and kids giggling and laughing. What the hell are they laughing at 5:30 in the morning? I don't know. Anyway, let's focus on our stuff. So Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin were an English rock band formed in London in 1968. The group consisted of guitarist Jimmy Page, singer Robert Plant, bassist and keyboardist John Paul Jones, and drummer John Bonham. The band's heavy guitar-driven sound has led them to be cited as one of the progenitors of heavy metal. Their style drew from a wide variety of influences, including blues, psychedelia, and folk music. Sorry, man, I just lost my page. it scooted across the screen and then disappeared. I'm just, there we go, okay. There we are. After changing their name from the New Yardbirds, Led Zeppelin signed a deal with Atlantic Records that afforded them considerable artistic freedom. Although the group were initially unpopular with critics, they achieved significant commercial success. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. The museum's biography of the band states that they were as influential during the 1970s as the Beatles were during the 1960s. All right. Fantastic accomplishment. So, formation of the song. No Quarter appears on their 1973 album, Houses of the Holy. The song became a centerpiece at all Led Zeppelin concerts thereafter until their final tour. It appears in both the film versions and both live album versions of the song remains the same, released in '76 and expanded in 2007. It also appears on their 2007 reunion appearance at the O2 Arena in London. Man, I still gotta get to that. But I think I'm just gonna go through the entire discography first before I do a reaction for the O2 Arena. The title is derived from the military practice of showing no mercy to a vanquished opponent, and from the brave act of not asking for mercy when vanquished. This theme is captured in several of the song's lyrics. It could also refer to the US Revolutionary War, when Great Britain enforced a policy requiring colonial Americans to house British soldiers and offer them food and a bed during the cold winter. If this policy was refused to a British soldier, this no-quarter policy allowed the British soldier to invoke severe punishment, death sometimes, on the American who refused him. This was only one of the many ways in which Britain attempted to legitimize their treatment of Americans in their effort to interrupt their recapture of the colonies. Record producer Rick Rubin has remarked on the song's structure, quote, "It takes such a confidence to be able to get really quiet and loose for such a long time. Led Zeppelin completely changed how we look at popular music." Yeah, that's what he said. Completely changed how we look at popular music can be, unquote. Live performances. During live performances, Jones would showcase his skills as a pianist, frequently improvising on keyboards and playing parts of classical music. On the band's 9th North American tour in '73, performances of the song lasted twice the length of the studio version. On Led Zeppelin's concert tours from '75 onwards, Jones would also play a short piano concerto, frequently turning the 7-minute song into a performance exceeding 20 and sometimes even 30 to 35 minutes. Wow, in a handful of cases. Page and Bonham would always join him later in the song. Yo, man, Jones is incredible. In Led Zeppelin's concert film, the song remains the same. No Quarter was the thematic music behind Jones's personal fantasy sequence, in which he played a haunting masked horseman or highwayman roaming graveyards. Jimmy Page also used a short segment of theremin as an added sound effect while playing the song live, as can additionally be seen in the movie. Reception, critical reception. In a contemporary review for Houses of the Holy, Gordon Fletcher of Rolling Stone gave No Quarter a negative review, calling the track, along with the Rain song, as, quote, "nothing more than drawn-out vehicles for the further display of Jones's unknowledgeable use of mellotron and synthesizer," unquote. Yo, man, what are you gonna do about Rolling Stone? You know, I'm beyond it. I'm numb to it now. There's no shock and appalled value anymore. I just have to shake my head and just move on with it. So it's all good. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, and I'm just gonna leave it there and not even rant about Rolling Stone. It doesn't get under my skin anymore. So that is Wikipedia Song Fact Info. on this excellent song, man. And wow, yo, the skills of all of these gents, especially John Paul Jones on this track, is astounding. And yo, the song to this day remains so well acknowledged and so highly regarded. I'm sure that a lot of critics, even this guy back in the day, has probably changed his tune now. The perspective of time and history really helps to shape your impression and change your mind and your attitude about certain things. It's the great thing about time. It wises you up a little bit, so opens up your mind, expands. So I'm sure that he's changed his tune. Man, my loud ass neighbors are bugging the hell out of me. Hold up a sec. I'll be right back. All right, man. Yeah, so what I was saying earlier, man, is that this song really marked a very pinnacle moment for me in my journey into classic rock, and especially with Led Zeppelin, because it was introducing me to yet another dimension in their deep-ass rabbit hole, and it was blowing my mind, That's after this song, that's when I decided to reevaluate what I thought I knew about Led Zeppelin and my dumbass assumptions, and just go all the way back and start from the beginning. With this song, being told that there's more like it. After this, I've still yet to discover Achilles' Last Stand. And so at this juncture, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go all the way back and I'm going to start from the beginning. Check out the entire discography. So this song, man, is literally the pinnacle of my deciding to really look into Led Zeppelin and check them out. Not the blues, but this song, just discovering that next dimension really kind of put it over the top, So this song, in the end, means a hell of a lot to me, and I'm sure that over a period of time, I'm going to keep coming back to it with a very nostalgic embrace. So, moving onwards, man, I know that I believe the next track is The Ocean, and I think that closes out Houses of the Holy. So I'm really looking forward to getting onto, I believe it's Physical Graffiti that's next. I gotta tell you guys something really funny, man. Last couple of months, I have a work colleague, and he keeps saying stuff to me like, oh man, you're still a rookie. You really don't know Led Zeppelin yet. You're only on the third album. Oh my gosh, man. So he would say stuff like that to me. And the thing that bugged me the most was when he would say stuff like, oh yeah, you got such a long way to go. You're only a tadpole. You're still just a tadpole, And that irked me a little bit, It's Navy talk, right? So being called a tadpole isn't that much flattering. So, I figured that I've got enough knowledge about Led Zeppelin now. I mean, 5 albums in, I'm no damn tadpole, So, so what I didn't understand at the time was what he was really saying. So it occurred to me that I'm missing something in his funny way of talking and his manner of expression, and he's always got this goofy smile look on his face. So I decided to just let him run his mouth one day, just let him talk. And what I was looking for was some more information, because he's the kind of person that won't give you a direct answer even if you ask a direct question. And I realize it's because he really doesn't even know himself. Some people, you ask a direct question, they don't know how to give you a direct answer. So I just let him run his damn mouth. And what I got from it was, in his mind, if you have not gotten to Physical Graffiti in Led Zeppelin's discography, if you have not completed Physical Graffiti, you are still a tadpole. You have that's the measuring stick for a true Led Zeppelin fan. That's what I gathered from him, and I put it all together and I figured him out. So what he's really judging me by is the fact that I have not yet reached physical graffiti. Okay, so once I have completed physical graffiti according to him in his own opinion, I will now be an honorary shellback. So I'll go from tadpole to shellback. I will then be worthy of, I don't know, worthy of him, his accolade, or whatever it is. So that's the measuring stick, physical graffiti. I'm not there yet, so I'm still a tadpole in his eyes. Okay, I get it. I had to listen and hear him talk for over a week just to put all of that together. He could have easily said that, but maybe he just wasn't capable of expressing himself that clearly. Anyway, man, hey, I understand now, and I'm looking forward to getting the physical graffiti and experiencing it. I know that it's a double album, so there's a hellacious amount of material on it, and it's diverse, I'm being told, covering everything from rockabilly to rock, touching on different elements of folk and stuff. It's just a mixed bag, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited for it. But before that, man, we've got the ocean, and I'm told that the ocean is highly regarded, and it's considered to be a favorite for many people. So I'm looking forward to the ocean as well. But listen, I'm gonna bounce. Hope you enjoyed my reaction, even though I've heard the song before. So many of you are asking for it that I knew I couldn't skip it by. I'm still suffering some lacerations from the whippings that I got from skipping the crunch. So I dare not skip another song. But I like the song, so I had no problem with doing it. Anyways, man, you guys have yourselves a good day. Take care, and I'll see you in my next Led Zeppelin reaction, which is The Ocean. Peace.